It's the grits, it's the glam, it's the grits, and ooh, you know the glam. It's the grits, it's the glam, it's the grits, and ooh, you know the glam.
Hi, you guys.
Hi.
Oh God, not the mic. Okay, we're good.
Mine's not close enough. There we go. Welcome back to this episode of Grits to Glam. I guess we can call this 16.5 is what Tristan's trying to say.
I think 16.5 is fair because like we don't know how long this episode's gonna be, and we missed an episode last week. That was my fault due to exhaustion and everything of that sort. So I am sorry about that, y'all. But we did get wound up bright and early on Wednesday morning. So
Yes, we do apologize for that. We hope you enjoyed it.
And I'll own up to that. That was me, okay? I feel god awful. I mean, I feel horrible.
I'm not mad at him.
Yeah, Patricia knew I was going through the ringer with just like
So I didn't say anything.
everything, and we were just trying to vibe. Also, I don't have my glasses on. I just realized, but
Do you need them?
no, I'm not looking at anything. It kind of makes it like more fun too. This is what I look like without my glasses.
Yeah. Doesn't he look great? Tell him he looks great.
Someone once told me that I look better with my glasses on.
That's kind of mean.
Which I just think is really fucked up. I mean, I guess it's like in a way saying I have good style with my glasses, but
Right.
it's just rude that
You're
they
like,
had
okay,
to say
well
like
then
that.
what do I look like without them? Sorry, I just drank some water. Anyways, so welcome back. I laid out yesterday and I have about 14 mosquito bites, so I'm gonna try not to itch those this entire episode.
No, we don't need an ASMR itching video at this time.
All right. But we have some fun things to talk about. It'll be kind of a shorter episode.
We just wanted to say hey, like, and kind of get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, and we knew if we like waited to talk about all this stuff from this past week into next week, then we would just be kind of
Then it would just be
really
too much.
behind, and it just wouldn't be good for y'all, you know?
You know, we always have our busy weekends, and it would just be more weekend content,
Right, and
which
y'all
we
would
know
be
y'all
really
like, but
overwhelmed, I think.
it's just a lot, and it kind of gives us PTSD talking about the weekends sometimes.
Talking
but
about it like 2 weekends in a row.
Yeah.
I
thought
get a package?
Maybe so. This girl gets more packages.
I didn't
than
purchase it. It was sent to me for free from Aloe.
Than an Amazon facility. And that is a lot of packages. Every day I wake up thinking, oh, maybe someone has sent me something. It is another package for Patricia.
And it's not that I'm purchasing things.
I mean, that's good for you, but it's just sad for me. So if these same brands who are sending her gifts would like to send me gifts, or just like anybody, if you want to
Sorry,
send me
my thing is
gifts,
falling.
let me know and I'll send you my address.
We do want to say that our microphones, we were idiots, and we realized that we could make the bottom of the microphone stand flat, and that's why it was falling.
Yeah.
So hopefully we won't have any issues today. But yeah, so I have a package coming in today from Aloe, and it's a tennis dress, and I'm really excited.
I got my Aloe stuff, but I didn't try it on yet. It's just sitting in a box. Sorry, there's a giant truck outside doing God knows what. I think they're taking out the trash, which is good because our trash is really full outside.
Yes, and there's flies everywhere. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yes, so let's get right into it.
Okay. Well, take us away, Patricia.
So last weekend, my mom and my cousin came to visit, and it was so much fun.
It was a blast.
And I think, like I was singing in the shower earlier, like, I love when people like plan last minute trips to come visit because it gives you more time, or like gives you less time to like be excited over it.
Yeah, and stress out about it.
And then like the weekend, like you actually enjoy it because you don't have to. You're not sitting there waiting around and waiting for that weekend, and then it is just there and gone. It's like
it is funny. Those trips is like every time someone comes to town, it's like you have to make the city that you're living in the most fun and elevated version of itself. And so that often will lead to some just like exhaustion. And I really don't know how Patricia did it for that many days. But like when you have people in town, you just get this extra sense of like, it's like when you're like, you go into fight or flight mode.
right.
And it's just kind of that for guests.
Yes. But luckily they came in, like their flight was completely delayed and they got in at like 10 o'clock that night. So we just went to dinner. Oh, Lord.
Phone dropped.
We went to dinner that night at Laurel Hardware, and we went to bed at like midnight, which was awesome. That's like a very rare thing for me on a weekend night. Saturday, we got up, we went and got coffee at Alfred's. My little cousin loved Alfred's. We went to the Henry, we went shopping, got this new romper. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's very cute.
Thanks. I need to get it pinned right here so my boobs don't fall out.
Right.
And then, you know, Matt, it was hilarious. My mom left her wallet in the car, but she thought she left it at the restaurant. Matt's running back into the store and there's a TMZ bus that comes by.
Oh my God.
And all of a sudden, like, people are freaking out about him. They pull over the TMZ, like, Hollywood City bus store, basically. He gets on the bus. They have this huge camera.
And
like
these are like huge buses. Like they can't even go up the Hollywood Hills because they're so big.
that, like, they can't. Right.
Yeah.
And everyone in the store that I was in Intermix. They were all like, who is he? Like, what is going on? And I'm sitting there. I'm laughing so hard. He's on the bus. They have this huge camera following around. He's taking pictures with every single person. And he was like, y'all are making me look so cool. My grandmother, my girlfriend's mom and cousin is in town. So, like, thank you for this, blah, blah, blah. But I really hope someone finds the footage of it.
Yeah,
and if you do,
find that.
please send it to us. I've yet to look for it, so I'm sure I could find it.
That is my dream. But I know that's also like so fun for Matt because he probably ate it up so much.
Yes.
And I'm really glad that your mom and your cousin were here to experience that. It's so fun.
It was so much fun. And then after we shopped, we all came back and got ready for a birthday party.
So weird. We went to a birthday party this past weekend.
Can y'all believe it? The only weird thing about this birthday is we weren't on a party bus.
Right. We were not on a party bus, but it was definitely a party, and not just like a normal party. It was like
nicer than like half of the wedding receptions I've been to.
Right. And I mean, I so appreciated it and I needed it. It was a great reminder of just like why I love LA.
Right.
Like I was standing on top of a stage looking at a crowd of people in a nice house and just like, wow.
Yeah.
This is.
So obviously the birthday party was David Dobrik's.
Well, obviously.
Not obviously, but just wanted to let you know it was David Dobrik's.
It was ABBA, like 70s vibes. They hired an ABBA cover band and like
they were great.
That is like such a dream of mine. I hated when Natalie was saying it's very hard to find an ABBA cover band, which is really sad because I would love to do that for like my wedding or something, because they were bringing like elevating every single vibe. Like when they came on, people were screaming, dancing, just the vibes were immaculate. You felt like we were in just an old Hollywood vibe.
Yeah.
So I loved it. I'm trying to think of what else.
I forgot I need to talk in the microphone. But yeah, so Thursday night before my parents came in town, we were at a bar and I was talking to David and I was like, "Can I please bring my mom?" He was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And so my mom and my cousin got to come, and obviously
it was so funny when I looked over and saw your mom. That was the best thing ever.
I mean, and she literally talked like. She didn't go up to people, like all these random people that I barely even know were sitting there talking to her for like 30 minutes plus, being like, "Oh my God, I love your mom, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like,
she was the talk of the party.
Yeah.
Of the town, essentially.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I know, it's my mom.
Did
She's
she
cooler
have
than
fun?
me. Yeah, she had a blast. So I think it was fun too for her because she got to meet like all of my friends she probably would not have gotten to meet.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like they were all
Everyone
in one
was
place.
in a central location.
Right.
And those photo booths at those events that like the Kardashians use and all these parties, they're so good. But like I had a little 5 o'clock shadow going on and I was airbrushed to the gods. Like I don't even know if it was me in the image, but I was so airbrushed like Barbie. I was so confused of who it was.
Right.
Because I was like,
I mean, they make you look amazing.
Yeah.
But almost kind of scary amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I love the images, and the photo booth people were over me by that point, but that's the same at every party we go to.
We always take over.
You know, I had fun, and what else? Was there anything crazy that happened? I'm trying to think.
Well, you helped kick everyone out.
I did help kick everyone out. By the end of it, there were still a lot of people there, and they were trying to like get everyone out. So I was like, "Hey, can I grab the microphone from you, Natalie, and just like kind of also play along with the kicking out everyone bit?"
Even though you're also getting kicked out.
Yes, exactly. And so I was granted clearance for one round of that, and I was just screaming at everybody in the house via the loudspeaker megaphone mechanism over the band speakers, just saying, "I feel god awful. The police are here. Unfortunately, you are gonna have to leave effective immediately. Like, I would never do this. I feel so bad,
but just kind of get out."
Yeah, but just get the fuck out.
Like, luckily we got there pretty early because just Matt obviously likes to get to places
on time.
Sometimes a little too on time, but that's okay. And my mom and my cousin and I ended up leaving at 11, which honestly was so smart. But we still had to walk down the hill. Number one, my mom has torn every single, she tore every ligament in her ankle back in May. And she's really not supposed to walk on it without a boot. But, you know.
Thank God she was in LA on a giant canyon.
Yeah. And so we had to walk down the hill. And then we get to this part of the hill because like the Ubers weren't allowed to come up to David's house. And we walk down and then we get to a part where it's like pine straw. And it's like, Mom, please let me help. And she's like, no, I'm fine. And of course she slips and falls. Luckily she was fine. But like when I say she slipped, she's wearing wedges. Of course you're going to like.
Right.
Luckily she didn't even like tear anything again. But the drummer of the band was coming down the hill. It's like, hey, do y'all want to ride? And we're like, yes, please. Took us to the Ralphs. It was great. We got an Uber home from there. And then all of a sudden Tristan's like, yeah, we're all getting kicked out. And I was like, okay, good.
Yeah, it was perfect timing. But there were people like coming up the hill, like
trying to get in.
I was like, babes, the party is over. We've been here for hours.
It started at 5. Like,
I know. Like at this point, like I'm ready to get my pajamas, but of course I had to go to the next place due to me not knowing when to say no. This is an ongoing thing on the podcast, me not understanding when to stop.
Tristan texted me, come to the den. Come to the den. I was like, babe, my face is washed. I'm in my bed. I've got my pajamas on. I am not getting out. He's like, just come in your pajamas or in your sweatshirts. It's so much fun going out. And then I was like, I agree. But I know I have a big day again tomorrow, so I'm good.
And then the other part, speaking of the hills situation, all the, like, you've got, like, hundreds of cars trying to go down. I mean, that's dramatic. Probably, like, 50 cars trying to go down. And then you've got a handful of cars trying to come up. And so I took it into matters into my own hands because I wanted my car to be able to, like, exit the premises due to exhaustion and needing to, like, go ahead and, like, get some fresh air in my hair.
Right.
Just so I can roll, because I like to roll down the windows and stick my head out of the car like a dog. And so I was wanting to go ahead and get to that. And so I had to take it upon myself to stop all traffic and let my Uber driver do more of a 360 turn around, or no, not 360, 180 turn around to get him out of the premises. And then another Uber driver noticed me doing that for my Uber driver, and he was wanting me to also do that for him. So I was able to get out of the car, and I am like pretty tipsy at this point. And I'm directing traffic for other cars for this Uber driver, for my Uber driver. And then we're trying to go down the hill. And then there's like this Tesla with like the butterfly doors open. And so I'm screaming out our window. There's a group of people over here. And I'm screaming out our window. And I'm like, hey, babe, like I know you have a Tesla. It is so cute. And I love those butterfly doors, let me tell you. But unfortunately, like, you are going to have to leave because like we have to go too. And they're just like, I don't know if he was like doing party tricks with his Tesla by having like the doors open like that, but like it was not the vibe at that time.
Yeah, it's like, please just close the doors and leave. No one's getting into this party. Everyone's leaving.
And I was being very
sorry
sweet,
you weren't invited.
Very accommodating to all, but unfortunately it took a little bit to get out of there, but we finally did make it out. And then I went to the den until the lights turned on. And then I think the day after that, I was wanting to go to the Melrose Trading Post and get new rings, but I've been talking about doing that for the past 3 weeks, and I have not been able to do that.
Sunday was really hot. We went to the farmer's market.
So hot.
Got this cute little necklace I'm wearing.
What? It's from a certain place or just a random?
They have the jewelry there, but it's like women jewelry. If there was a ring that you would like, I would have gotten it for you, but... I mean, I got this ring. And then we went to Craig's Sunday night, which was delicious.
So great.
So good. Got the Tinks dessert, of course, because my cousin wanted it.
It's a giant. So the Tinks dessert is I'm sure everyone has heard of it, but it's this huge, like, martini glass shaped ice cream bowl. And it's like so many different flavors of vegan ice cream based off the influencer Tinks. And it is just so good. And their Oreo cheesecake was good as well.
The Oreo cheesecake, I think, was better than the Tinks
I do too.
dessert.
Yeah.
I mean, it was...
Well, because you never know what you're getting when you're, like, eating that many flavors of ice cream.
Yeah,
like,
and it's all vegan, and it's like the texture of it is kind of weird.
It's all vegan. I don't
like
all that
vegan.
stuff.
It's like if I'm eating ice cream, if I'm getting dessert, I'm getting real ice cream.
I agree. I mean, but it is good.
I'm not being healthy or whatever for dessert.
And the presentation is there.
It's fun. It's so much fun. We tricked my cousin. She went to the bathroom, and we were like, sorry, they were out of the Tinks dessert. We didn't get it, blah, blah, blah.
Seconds later,
and
we have
and she's like, why can't I, like, she was trying to airdrop these photos from Matt's phone to her phone, and Matt was like, oh, well, 1 second, the desserts are coming out, blah, blah, and she's like, okay, but why, who cares, what did we even get? We joked, right. And so we got the key lime pie, because that was the first thing I saw on the dessert menu to say that we got, and as well as the Oreo cheesecake. And then we all of a sudden got our phones out. She's like, what's going on? And we got the Tinks desserts.
Got her ass. But Tinks is really good. No, not Tinks. Craig's is really good.
Yes.
If you guys are visiting LA, it is a little challenging to get a reservation, so I would definitely suggest booking like 2 weeks out.
I think you can only do it a week out.
Okay, a week out, probably.
But you just call, get it. Usually it's not too terrible, but you just do need to call a week out from when you want it. And So good.
And there were paparazzi outside, and they didn't want to speak to us in the slightest.
I know, even Matt got recognized, and we were like, hey, he's somebody. Take a picture.
If I was a paparazzi and I saw someone getting recognized outside of Craig's and I'm sitting there with my giant ass camera, I would assume, okay, like maybe I should be snapping some photos as well.
Right.
But I was wondering who was there because there were armed guards outside of Craig's when we got, or like these like sheriffs with like bulletproof vests.
Like right when we got there, and then they were gone when we left. So obviously, and we've been there a few times, and that's never
been the case.
Right.
So I was wondering who was there. But I wouldn't imagine Kim Kardashian just bringing her armed guards everywhere. I mean,
it had to have been like some Dubai prince or something.
That'd be great. I would love to. I need to go back to Dubai and really just like experience Dubai.
I'd love to go to Dubai.
Well, I was there for work. And I was, oh my God, we need to talk about, speaking of work. Okay, so for those of y'all who don't know, I used to work for Nicole Scherzinger of the Pussycat Dolls, doing social media management. Like, it was my like little side gig. Love that girl. So amazing. Anyway, the news was broken this week that she actually was the one who united One Direction.
And she's always said that, but I guess Simon Cowell has always been like, no.
And like, I just want to say, like, love Simon, but like, that's fucked up. Like, Nicole,
there's obviously proof. And
the proof is in the pudding. And it was on the
funniest
TV.
thing is too is like Liam Payne always said like they formed the group around me. He was like the fourth one they added to the group.
Yeah, Niall was first.
Like
Niall and Harry.
Yeah,
the
obviously
our
Niall,
favorites.
Harry, then Louis, which is funny. And then
I mean, she is a mastermind. She is a vision.
She is the moment.
I mean, I was just so happy that she's finally getting the credit because I had no clue that she.
I always knew that and always believed it, but then obviously Simon would come out and be like, "No, that was me." Like in the One Direction film, like. He's like, I put them together, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, let the woman have the credit.
Yeah. I'm just so happy for her. And, like, I worked with her. So, like, in a way, like...
You're a 1D degree away from 1D.
Right. Like, so many degrees. Well, just one. But, like, so many years away from just, like, my connection with One Direction. And, like, I feel like when I say, you know, when I meet Harry or Niall... Well, we met Niall, but... When I... Not really met, ran into. But when I meet Harry, I'll tell him that, like, you're welcome.
Did I tell you that I went to Saddle Ranch with Niall Warren one time?
No.
It was like 3 years ago. It was after the Super Bowl, and we were at 40 Love with him.
This was post One Direction.
Yeah. We were at 40 Love, which is close to our house, after the Super Bowl, and he was there, and I somehow got security clearance to play all the music at the bar. And then I somehow ended up going to Saddle Ranch with them.
That's so fun.
It was like me and like 3 other people.
Was he a sweet boy?
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
I thought I was a crazy person, but oh well.
Who cares?
I don't
be
care.
Crazy. We don't know if we're promised tomorrow, so just be
whoever you
bonkers,
are.
crazy, and throw your hands up in the air and let your hair down for once.
Wave them like they just don't care.
I didn't say that.
Okay. Anyways, I want to hear about Renee Rapp's new song.
Oh, Jesus. So for those of you who do not know, and I've talked about this in the podcast before, we actually had someone, I forget his name, but he messaged me saying him and his boyfriend watched The Sex Lives of College Girls after they heard us talking about it on Grits to Glam. And I was like, I mean, that is just the best news ever.
Yeah.
And Renee Rapp plays, oh my God, what's her name? The main Leighton,
yes.
And sorry, it's been a second. But she plays Leighton in the show. Absolutely amazing character. And Renee started on Broadway. She's always been a singer. She was in Mean Girls and also an actress. But she just has been releasing music as well, like because she was like always singing on TikTok and whatever. She just released a new song called "In the Kitchen," and I need y'all to go
in the kitchen cooking stir fry.
And exactly. And I need y'all to go absolutely stream the fuck out of it because she deserves everything. And, like, I don't know if she's posting about it. Y'all need to say, like, oh, I, came over here from Grits to Glam because she needs to be right here in the middle. I want to hear everything about Sex Lives of College Girls. I want to hear about next season. I want to hear about her music career and when she's planning on going on tour. And maybe she can bring us in as an opening act.
Yes.
But anyway, all that being said, go stream In the
song.
Kitchen
Okay.
By Renee Rapp. She is absolutely amazing. It's really good if you've gone through a breakup, if you're
daydreaming, if you like just want to pretend like you're having a breakup, even though you're in a very stable relationship like me.
Yeah. And then me, the first part, like pretending like you're going through a breakup, not even in the slightest, but it's just, I mean, I am screaming the words to that song, and I'm almost 100% sure that I saw her going up Laurel Canyon as I was going down Laurel Canyon. if anyone can confirm that she does have a G-Wagon, it does appear like that in her posts, but I'm almost certain that it was her. And I was singing the song while going down.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and this was
Renee Rapp, if you
Tuesday.
somehow know if anybody or somebody knows her and wants to like send this to her, we'd love to have you on our podcast.
Yeah. Wait, when was the day? I'm going to try to see. Renee, if you frequent Laurel
Was it Saturday
Canyon,
when you're going up to Alicia?
No, it was when I was getting my car on Tuesday back from Alicia's house. So, Tuesday, I think July 26th, if you were on Laurel Canyon, I just need to know. And I want to know if you heard, me busting my speakers for your song.
Nice.
Anyway, so that's all. So the other day I got an alarming notification on my phone on my Capital One account. That was a charge from Equinox, which is a gym here in LA, but it's also all over the place. And I just had forgotten that I was paying that amount each month and just not going.
Yeah, and we were talking to you the other day too, and you're like, I'm not paying for a maid. I can't afford one. And I was like, well, babe, you pay for Equinox every month.
And I forgot.
Yeah.
So
you went Tuesday, right?
it's not even that I forgot. I want to make this clear that so much money coming in. I don't have enough money to be paying for this gym membership and then just forgetting. It's one thing to pay for it and then go. And I just forget I have access and it's so easy to go to. But I am going. It did make me go the day after I got that notification because I was like, fuck this. I cannot keep paying for
this money for no reason.
And wasting it away. So it did inspire me to go to the gym. Plus all the talk of you and Pilates and you going every week was really putting me in my place. And then I feel like I just kept seeing people at the gym and their B-reels or at the gym and I'm just on my computer working, which to be fair, I'm working, but
you kind of need to do that just because you are working from home. It's probably just such a good release just to even go and walk on a treadmill. It's not like you have to do anything crazy.
It's just nice to get a good sweat in. And I sometimes see some friends there. So it's cool to almost a year in LA, seeing friends at the gym.
You
who
feel
would
like
have
you
thought?
made it.
Yeah. So it's really great. But
it's always fun when you see people at the farmer's market.
I know.
It's
I saw that video of you being interviewed at the farmer's
by our
market.
friend Tanner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really
you were the
cool.
first video.
I know.
Was it fun? Was it unexpected or did he come up to you and say hey, do you want to do this?
Well, I've known Tanner since I first moved out here.
He's sweet.
I just haven't seen him that much in a while. I ran into him somewhere recently before that. But we saw each other and he was like, hey, because he does that once every, I think he does it every week or something like that.
It's a show where he goes in the
does he's a 10
places.
or he's a 10, but he uses 3-in-1 body wash or 3-in-1.
Were you thinking about Matt when you answered that? Does Matt use 3-in-1?
No, but he's done some brand deals for some 3-in-1.
So yes, he does.
Yes, he uses 3-in-1.
He loves it.
And I said he's a 3.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
he's so sweet. I told him we need to have him on the podcast, and you need to meet him too first.
Yeah, I met him.
Oh.
He's very sweet.
Oh.
I met him at a pregame or something, but you weren't there. It's me, Patrick, and Channing, and I met him because our friend Nick invited us, and then he was there too.
Oh yeah.
The grapevine, babe.
Yep. So I was on his little video. My cousin was also on the video.
Oh.
Yeah.
We got to get her to move to LA.
I know. So
Nice.
on Monday, she's looking at colleges, and we went and toured Pepperdine, which was so scary.
Really?
I felt like you were in a prison and a cult. I don't even know.
Don't they have who was saying they have weird rules? Was that you or Patrick?
Patrick, but it's
girls can't go into guys' dorms and
you have a curfew. It's just
having
it's
a
like a
curfew
prison.
in college makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would pay
That's
that
what
much
college
money
is for.
to have a curfew.
The view, because it's in Malibu. Yeah, the views are amazing, but
Who gives a shit?
But then we went to the Malibu Farms on the pier and ate lunch, which was really fun. That was kind of made it all worth it. And then we went and toured UCLA, gorgeous campus.
Love
and because
UCLA.
when you used to work for Dispo, we had to do a little thing for them.
Yeah.
And I came with you, and I've been on the campus once or twice before, so I was like, okay, I think I know where to park, and I took them the perfect route, did a little tour for them. No,
Good.
nothing about it, but she loved it. So, I mean,
The UCLA sorority and
she's
fraternity
so
houses.
smart, too.
I don't know if I've seen the fraternity ones, but the sorority houses
you
are
have.
so cute.
Because I think we parked right next to them.
Okay. Oh, yes, we did. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, they have great Greek houses.
Yeah. So I think it'd be a
don't
really
even-
cool school for her. So
Me too. Or Auburn. Either way. They're pretty similar.
very similar. But
I
she
should've
like
worn-
she's a horseback rider or a equestrian, I guess. And she lives in West Palm half the year and New Jersey the other half of the year. So I feel like from doing that and then going back to Auburn would just be kind of like a downgrade.
Well, she needs a West Coast kind of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of her friends is Lindsay from Fleetwood Mac's kid.
Lindsay from Fleetwood Mac's kid.
Yeah.
Oh, from Okay.
Fleetwood Mac's,
Lindsay.
the
Okay,
singer
yes.
Lindsay, one of her friends is
Well, that's
Lindsay's
cool.
daughter, as well as like so
Are
many
they
other
available
people.
to come like do a performance for us at all, or not really?
I mean, we do have like the connection now, so
That's great news.
yeah.
But
But yeah, so hopefully we'll get her out here. I think she wants to do like an official tour now, which that's a big step.
Yeah, that is. Oh, I was a tour guide in college, and it was my favorite thing ever when people would come up to me and say you were the reason that I went to Auburn, or your
Aw.
tour was like.
Oh, if you were my
Crazy.
tour guide, I would totally go to Auburn because of you.
I mean, it was so much fun, but it was funny because also we couldn't talk about
Partying and stuff.
or like going out to bars or anything. So when they'd ask me like my favorite bars, like I'd have to make up some answer, and then I would have to like.
Pull them aside.
Yeah, well, then I would also have to like pretend like I wasn't like very hungover, because it'd be like a Thursday night we'd do a social, which is like a date party with a sorority, and then Friday morning I have
8
to
a.m.
wake up and give a tour, and it was the most brutal thing ever. But it is nice, like once you've made it through the tour, then the heat starts picking up a little bit, because like if you have morning tours, then like you're pretty okay, but then it just starts getting so hot and that sun is beaming down on you. I'm walking backwards for an hour and 15 minutes.
That's
That's
so impressive.
the most in shape I've ever been, was giving those tours for like 2.5 years. But it is just, it makes me miss it.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could pass to go on a college tour again. I don't think you have to be a requirement, do you? Like, could
No.
I just go on a tour?
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
go on a UCLA tour.
I would love to.
Let's
And
do
I
it.
bet they have like golf carts and fans and stuff.
No, we're gonna walk.
I'd prefer to the golf cart
Okay.
route.
Okay.
We did get an email.
Yes.
Do you have it?
Yes, I do.
Thanks for sending this email in. We just released the episode Wednesday, so I'm glad we got one in. But if you guys want to send in any emails that you have for us for like advice or just general like life stuff that you're questioning, your friends are doing some weird shit, you just want us to like, give you some context of what we think, you can send it in at gritsters@gmail.com.
Yes.
And you can find that in the description below. But Patricia,
Yes.
take it away.
Okay, so this is from Delaney.
Hi,
Hello,
Delaney.
Delaney. Okay, she goes, "Hi P&T, I love you guys, I love you guys' podcast, and I look forward to listening to you guys every week. I have a question for you both about my job and need some advice. I hate it at my job, and although it's remote, I have a toxic micromanaging boss. Ew. How do you guys deal with mean bosses, and what do you suggest I do? I'm already looking and interviewing for other jobs, but in the meantime, I could use your advice. Thanks so much, and have a great day." I think for me, I feel like you'll have a better answer, but like I've had some bad bosses, and I think you definitely just kind of have to set boundaries. Definitely like look forward to the future of like potentially having new interviews, a new job, and try to kind of look at it that way.
Yeah. I think so I've had a couple of jobs where the managers are absolutely, it's just a lot. And like a lot of, or people who aren't even my manager will try to manage me. And I think like the one thing is like that I've tried to learn and do better at is like beating them to the punch before they're able to even think about what they're going to message you. Like, especially being a remote employee, like having a, be like, here's everything I've done, here's everything I'm doing. And then just like continuously communicate, because then it won't even give them any room to micromanage you. I think the only part of that is like when you turn in work and then they start to micromanage you, like that's the hard part, because it's like they're still always going to have
They're
something
just going to have
say.
something to say, and you just can't even like,
Yeah.
you can't fight crazy with crazy, I
Yeah.
guess. It's like at that point, you just kind of have to like,
But you can try a little bit, just to like make the day by day easier for you. But just know, like, if someone's a bad manager like that, they're going to continue to be that way, because like
they're not going to change.
no. And people get very comfortable with that. Also, if you are looking for a new job, just like definitely like talk about what you want with the company, like when you're interviewing with people, rather than like
let them tell you what.
Yeah, like what they do. Like it doesn't matter. Like you're looking for this job for you. Like, and at the end of the day, like they will want to hire you because you really care about the energy that you're receiving from the company.
Correct.
And your manager, and like you can say from past experiences, I've had this, and this, without hating on the person, of course, or like talking shit about the company, and say like I'm really looking forward to like this, and this at my new job.
Right.
But remote working is hard. It sucks, but it's great because there's so much freedom. But it's just like there's never gonna be a lot of like 100% clear communication. Like there's always gonna be some like little areas where you're like, oh. So the best advice, like find a hybrid kind of role, but like I don't know, you can make it work. Like I'm doing full remote right now, and I feel like it's a good balance of where I am. So
yeah, and that's true. And it's like with these managers, sometimes I feel like they just want something to, even if you're doing everything perfectly, they're just personality. They just want something to micromanage you about for no reason, and that's just how they're going to be, and that's not okay. But it's just going to happen, and get out of it instead of dealing with it. But if you can't get out of it,
make it work, babe.
make it work. So
We don't want you without a paycheck, okay?
No.
And you can. We have a blow up mattress though if you need us. So
yep, we do.
just let us know.
We do. Well, yes, keep on sending the emails in. They're kind of fun to give advice. I mean, they're unsolicited advice. I mean, you're asking for advice, but I feel like some of the stuff we say, you're probably like, okay, thanks.
And if you don't like the advice, then just ignore it.
Ignore it. You asked. So
Go ask someone else.
But yeah, so anybody
we're gonna
send in
try.
your advice.
Yeah, we'd love to keep doing it, but I think that's kind of all we had today. It's a very short episode.
But we did feel bad about last week, so we're just a little surprise episode, I suppose.
Kind of like a For You Friday,
Right.
okay?
Right.
Fuck it Friday. We're doing another episode.
Exactly.
And we'll be seeing you all next week. Back to our regularly
yes.
scheduled programming. We'll be seeing you on Wednesday, of course.
We'll have fun things to talk about.
Yeah, we have a lot of... What do we have? We have our friend Patrick's birthday tonight, so hopefully I'll go in it with my gossip starting hat to maybe bring y'all some tea.
Yes.
Um,
Tomorrow we have dinner. Saturday I have a birthday party.
I think I'm gonna have a spa weekend this weekend. Okay, y'all don't care
Anyways,
about all that. We'll tell y'all.
We'll
next
tell
week
you all
what
about
we
it next
did.
week. Okay, we love y'all. See you next week.
Bye, guys.